Pokémon, one of, if not the biggest franchise in the world, just below Mickey Mouse and Disney as a whole. We all know how the game started on the Nintendo Game Boy with Pokémon Red and Pokémon Blue, spread into TV shows, trading cards, merchandise, stores, and so much more. But there was one game that was so perfect that to this day, it is still my favorite Pokémon game ever made. If we move back to pre-2014, I didn't like Pokemon. I didn't like any Nintendo franchises that weren't Mario. Mario was the best franchise out of all of them. Why the hell would I like any other one? Mario was my passion. From trying to complete New Super Mario Bros. Wii to waiting for Super Mario 3D World, a game that I predicted would come out a year before, I had my whole life revolving around that stupid little red plumber and his little brother Luigi. But one day in 2014, my friend made this gaming channel where he played Pokémon Leaf Green on a Game Boy Advance emulator. I did get a bit annoyed that he pretended like he had discovered emulators and he's like the only person in the world who knows about this secret little thing called emulators when I knew what an emulator was. I feel like the whole world knows what emulators are, but that's neither here nor there. The point was, I watched the entire video from start to finish and was extremely interested to play the game myself. So that's what I did. I downloaded a Game Boy Advance emulator. I had played a little bit of the Game Boy Advance before because I do have a Game Boy and a Game Boy Color, and I'd played the Super Mario Advance series and Mario Pinball, don't know if you've heard of it, but I wanted to try specifically Pokemon Leaf Green. So I played it. I played Pokemon Leaf Green and I loved it. I loved every part of it. I thought it was fantastic. I thought it was amazing. I had lots of fun playing the game, going from gym to gym, catching Pokemon. I never completed the game. Oh no, I would never complete a Pokemon game, or any game for that matter. But it got me into trying other Pokemon games. I tried Pokemon Black, I tried Pokemon Y, I tried Pokemon Omega Ruby, I tried Pokemon Sun and Moon, I have both. And even Pokemon Go and Let's Go Pikachu. But nothing hit the same as Pokemon Leaf Green for the Game Boy Advance. But as I look onto my past of playing Pokemon Leaf Green, there's one thing that just sticks out like a sore thumb. I've never completed a Pokemon game. I got close with Pokemon Black and Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu, but never with Pokemon Leaf Green. And that's the best one, in my opinion. So how have I never completed it? So I decided to load up Pokemon Leaf Green to see if I can complete it. The day started with me picking my name, Hismario, and my rival's name, Egg. I didn't have enough letters to put the I in Mario, hence Hismario. I don't need to explain that. Professor Oak introduces us to the world of Pokemon and Hismario plays an NES in his room. After talking to people, Hismario decides that he wants to explore the world, but Professor Oak stops him. He's now given one of three choices: Charmander, Squirtle, or Bulbasaur. My choice, despite playing Leaf Green, has and always will be Charmander. Charmander is just amazing. I rename him to Charzy, and me and him have the best of times. Charmander may not be terribly helpful when you go through the first gym, but the more you get into the game, you'll be more happy that you picked a Pokemon that turns into a Charizard. After I picked good old Charmander, I fought Egg for the first time. I won, obviously, and from my knowledge I knew all you had to do was keep picking Scratch, because eventually I win. That's kind of what you do whenever you start a Pokemon game. Who cares about those other attacks like Tail Whip or whatever? Scratch attacks the other Pokemon. It must be the only good attack I can do until I get Ember at level 7. I got to the point where I got a Pokédex, as you do when you start playing a Pokemon game, as well as some Pokeballs, so I knew what to do. You know that little moneymaker that prints money for the Pokemon Company, Game Freak and Nintendo? Well, I know where you can get him. Off to the forest I go. Look, I found one. How exciting. Now I can literally print money whenever I so choose. Isn't that fun, gamers? You may be asking yourself, why did I get a Pikachu? I mean, I know it's the big symbol of Pokemon, but like what's the point? Well, let me tell you. Pikachu has lightning. Lightning is useful when fighting Pokemon, most of the time. When Moneymaker over here becomes evolved, then all hell will break loose. I hope you're excited to see that. I think it's time to grind. Don't you agree? I love grinding. Just fighting different trainers, using the different Pokemon to fight said trainers. It really makes the Pokemon evolve. I got Moneymaker and Charzy to a respectable level to leave the forest and journey through the rest of Pokemon. So I fought Egg one more time, because why not? And then journeyed out into the world of Pokemon. Did you hear about the gyms in every Pokemon town? Well, if you didn't, here's a really weird explanation. Pokemon gyms are like real life gyms. You go to the train. except all you really do is defeat the gym leader, who like owns the gym or whatever. Then you get a little badge. 8 of these little badge things makes it possible for you to go up against the Elite Four and the Pokemon Champions. Your goal is to defeat these fools and become the Pokemon Master of the region that you're in. So what did I do as a completely ill-prepared Pokemon man? I just went for it. Each gym has a little henchman that stands around in it along with the gym leader, so I decided to test my skills on that little man. And to my surprise, I actually won against him. How the hell is that possible? He's just a little tiny doo-doo man, but my silly funny Charzy destroyed his butt off. Maybe I can defeat the gym leader without preparing whatsoever. Maybe that's something I can do. No more fighting level 4 Pidgeys for me. I'm going to become the Pokemon Master fighting against the highest level Pokemons in the entire world. I can do this. I am the Pokemon Master. Oh my god, I defeated his first Pokemon. Maybe I can do this. I can do this. I'm ready to get my very first gym badge. I'm gonna do it, people. I'm gonna do it. Oh, you got me in one attack. That's it? Game over? I know I can get this stupid little gym badge even if it's the last thing I do. You're going down, gym leader. I'm going to put an end to your madness. I'm going to become the Pokemon Master of Pokemon Leaf Green for the Game Boy Advance.
Come tend the garden with me. We have so many seeds to sow. When the harvest comes in, it will be time to share what we have grown. We were having the time